Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today at the Frazee Care Center with the new Executive Director, Jonathan Stone. Hi, John.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet everyone.
Well, we're welcoming you to the city, and we're glad to see that you're out here. We don't have the sun today, but it's a beautiful morning.
It's a wonderful morning, and nice to be outside, and it's not raining, so.
And, you know, I know you just have gotten here. You're hardly even settled in yet. But tell people a little bit about where you're from and how you got into the business.
All right, well, I'm from Wahpeton, North Dakota originally. I started out as a CNA about 8 years ago, then decided to get into health administration. I went to Minnesota University of Moorhead for health administration. Started with the Good Samaritan Society 5 years ago as an administrator, and have worked in northwestern North Dakota. I have my wife and I have been married for 4 years, and we have 3 daughters. So.
Wow, that's great. You know, and so you got a house full of kids when you get home.
I do. They keep me busy, so keep me on my toes.
And you know, the healthcare industry has become such a large industry here in the last probably 25 years, and seems to be growing so much. Where do you see Frazee in the realm of how other areas are going with care?
Yeah, I see, you know, Frazee has been very progressive for a long time, and our acuity case mix is very high. So we take residents, of course, that some maybe do not. We really pride ourselves in having very educated staff and people that are well trained in taking those high acuity residents. So the one thing that I would worry about is staffing in the next 5-10 years. But as far as a position where our facility is, we're doing pretty well. So.
Well, and I know, like, as being a member of the Frazee Economic Development Authority, I know that we recently sold your organization our senior villa over here. Plus, you have assisted living here too.
Yep, we have our skilled, of course, and then we have our assisted living. The independent living is full and has a waiting list, so they certainly like that. And then we also have the assisted living in Vergas.
And you know, it's a great complex. I mean, it's a beautiful facility, and considering how small this place started out as to what it is now.
Certainly, they've had a lot of renovations. They've really kept this place up, and it looks wonderful. It's a great thing for this community to have.
Now, I know one of these years I'll be involved in this myself, and not on the outside, but on the inside. You know, and we try to keep the care center also involved with the community, especially the way it's set up with, like you said, the independent, the assistant, and coming to this, and also Vergas as kind of a outreach.
Yep, it's a continuum of care. We'll keep a bed open for you then for the next 10, 15, 20 years. But no, it's wonderful to be able to be in the independent living, to move to assisted living after that, and then to be able to then move to skilled. So it's nice to have that in one community.
Well, John, I really appreciate you being on the program, and we look forward to working with you and the Care Center in the future.
All right, thank you.
And with that, we'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee. Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today with Patty Nunn from the Link Library. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Hank. Thanks for having me on the show.
So what's new at the Link?
Well, it's summertime, and we want to keep those young kids reading, and the Lake Agassiz Regional Library and our Link site here in Frazee have a wonderful way to do that, and that is with our summer reading program, Reading to the Rhythm, and we already have almost 40 kids signed up here in Frazee.
That's pretty good.
That's a wonderful number, and the kids just come in and sign up. They don't have to pay any money. It's free. And as they read books or minutes of books, they come back in and pick prizes. They just kind of keep a journal, keep a reading log, which we provide, and then they can pick prizes. And perhaps it's going to be a pair of sunglasses. This moose is liking them right here. Moose is.
I like the mice.
Yeah.
The moose.
Mice.
Is mice plural of moose? Probably not.
Meese. Yeah.
Oh.
But perhaps you've got a kid who likes to read on a Kindle, and here is a Kindle or some other device, and so you maybe don't want to hear that, and we have earbuds as one of the prizes. So they could come in and select earbuds or of course, traditionally, we're going to be reading books, and we have many books that they can choose from as prizes for themselves.
Well, and the great thing about reading is there's so much that you can read, and we don't want to lose the written language, with a spell check.
Yes, absolutely. And along with so much to read, that kind of begs the question is, I just read a wonderful book.
Which is?
Well, I'm reading it right now called The Deepest Water, and I'm just not quite done with it. I don't want it to be done, and I'm wondering, what am I going to read next? Well, on our Lake Agassiz Regional Library website, larl.org, under the recommendations menu tab, we have a new program that's just started that's called What's Next, the next 5 books. And so I can fill out a little form in there and say, okay, I'm reading this book, or I just read this book, it's wonderful. That's all I ever want to read for the rest of my life. In a few days, you'll get notified with a suggestion of the next 5 books that would be similar to the one that you're reading. So kids can do that, adults can do that. We also have bookmarks with the Minnesota Book Awards that are on available for you to take out, and a lot of people thought those were great books, so you might too. And we also have a display with take a Minnesota mystery author to the beach.
And we have some good ones.
And we do have some wonderful Minnesota mystery authors that you could take to the beach with you. Well, they're books anyway.
Anything before we go, Patty?
Before we go, I want to remind people, July 8th, we will be having preschool story time. That's a Wednesday morning at 9:30. No pre-registration, free and open to the public.
And your hours?
Well, that you're going to stump me. No, Monday, 10:30 to 12:30, Tuesday, 5 to 7, and Friday from 3 until 6.
Well, Patty, I appreciate you working here at the link for us. We needed somebody.
Well, you had somebody wonderful for 8 years, and now it's somebody else's turn.
Yeah, and that's great. So thanks for being on the program, dear.
Thank you.
And with that, what we always say, pet the dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbor. And we'll catch you next week on Spotlight on Frazee.